Greetings. Welcome back to Hellhound's Late Night Spook Show here in the Horror Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and we're going to do yet another re-review today. When I started this channel 6 years ago, some of the earliest movies I reviewed were, in fact, the Evil Dead trilogy. And so, my review of the original Evil Dead from 1981 is still up on this channel. I didn't set that one to private because I thought that one turned out okay. I don't know. It wasn't like, the best or anything. Maybe I will redo this one eventually, but as of right now, my review of Evil Dead is still on here. It's not set to private. So for my full thoughts on the original Evil Dead, check out that review. However, the sequel, Evil Dead 2, which is what we're going to look at today, I did set this one to private because that video could definitely be improved quite a bit. So, that's right. We're going to redo my review of Evil Dead 2 from 1987 and directed by Sam Raimi. So yeah, like I said, if you want, go check out my review of the first Evil Dead. But today we're going to look at the sequel. And yes, it is a sequel, by the way. It's not a remake. I'm not going to get into all this, but just to summarize, the first 7 minutes are a recap of the first movie. Sam Raimi couldn't get the footage to the first film to just show clips from it, so the first 7 minutes are just a recap showing what happened in a brief, abridged version, and the true continuation takes place when Ash is flung through the air, which is how the first movie ended, of the demon going through the house and then chasing Ash and then flinging him through the air. That's where the events of the sequel begin. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at Evil Dead 2. So, picking up where the previous film left off, we find our hero, Ash, brilliantly played by Bruce Campbell, in what is easily his best performance, or at least my favorite anyway, stuck with battling various demons in the cabin from the first movie, and even having to battle his own possessed severed hand at one point. That's right, these evil spirits were unleashed by the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the Book of the Dead, which was bound in human flesh and inked in blood. There's only one book more evil than this one, and that's Twilight. Anyway, when more people arrive and become possessed, Ash is forced to arm himself with a chainsaw, which he attaches to his arm in place of his missing hand, and a shotgun, which he carries in a holster on his back. Ash faces off what is revealed to be the ultimate evil in this highly entertaining horror sequel. Let's break it down. I watched Evil Dead 2 for the first time when I was very young, shortly after seeing the 1981 original. I adored the first movie for its unique charm and found it to be quite imaginative. One of the only movies I can think of that perfectly balanced actual scares and over-the-top gore. Despite having a very low budget, it was just excellent. So, I doubted very much that I would enjoy the sequel as much as the original. And with that in mind, I popped this film into my VCR with fairly low expectations. I thought I'd probably be entertained, but I didn't think it'd be on the level of the first movie. But let me just say that I was simply blown away and just captivated by the immensely enjoyable movie that unfolded before my eyes. The excellent blend of horror and humor, as well as the pristine plot structure, was simply extravagant. Ash quickly became one of my favorite horror characters of all time, with his transition from a cowardly and shy geek to a heroic one-liner spitting, chainsaw-armed, shotgun-toting action hero. Oh yeah. Bruce Campbell is the man! The rest of the cast is adequate, and everybody does a decent job. We have Sarah Berry as Annie, and Raimi favorite Dan Hicks as Jake the, Hick. And, yeah, they're cool, but this is definitely Bruce's movie all the way. The solitary and secluded woods setting gives the entire film a very gloomy and hopeless, isolated mood, much like the first film, which definitely works to its advantage. The possessed witch in the cellar, Henrietta, is a fantastic villain as well, and Ash's final battle with her just had me glued to the screen. Such an exciting and breathtaking climax. And how about that ending, huh? Simply phenomenal. This sequel isn't quite as gory as its predecessor, and they even changed the color of the blood to green in some shots to avoid censorship, but it's fine, no big deal, you know. There's still quite a lot of messy and gruesome fun to be had here for sure. Evil Dead 2 also has some great directing by Sam Raimi, high energy, an effective score, some fun stop-motion animation, fantastic POV shots, outstanding makeup effects, and some hilarious comedic scenes that had me rolling on the floor with laughter, and still do to this day. And of course, Ash, my favorite horror hero ever. Love this guy. All in all, this is by far my favorite horror sequel, and one of my favorite films in general, for that matter. This is a must-see, or better yet, must-have, for every horror fan in existence. I worship this movie. Groovy. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of Evil Dead 2 here on Hellhound's Late Night Spook Show on the Horror Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and join me for my next review, in which we'll be tackling Army of Darkness, the conclusion to the Evil Dead saga. Later.